Now, Preeya, I know how competitive you are. And, I'm just going to throw this up in the air. When it came to passion fruits, who uses the most passion fruit in their dish? Not just putting it on the top, but actually incorporating that passion fruit in the dish so you get that lovely flavour. You liking that?
I am. I'm enjoying it.
OK. Now, what I'd like you to do is to start with the 6 passion fruit we're going to begin with. If you can cut them in half and scrape them into that little jug there, we're looking for about 1/3 to half a cup of the juice. And the seed as well. A lot of people take the seeds out. I love the passion fruit seeds, that little bit of crunch.
Yes.
Now, this will go together to make a quite different creme caramel. Normally, when you make creme caramel, it's a classic French dish, and it's made with cream or milk and sugar. But I'm going to make it a little bit differently. I'm going to make it dairy-free. I'm going to use coconut cream instead of the milk. So just turn the stove on like this, and then we're going to make the caramel first. I've got some coconut sugar here, and I'll put it straight into the pot, and I'll add some water. When you're making a caramel, I like to add a little bit of water at the start just to dissolve the sugar. And you will notice when you use coconut sugar, it is a lot darker than regular sugar. So the caramel you make will be quite dark, and the actual custard will be dark as well. But the flavour you get from it is so good.
I'm excited about this.
So that's on there, and that's going to start bubbling away, and then it'll start to get our caramel. Now, if you are making a caramel, a little tip is to have a really clean brush with some water, and you just brush down the side of the pot to make sure there's no sugar crystals on the side of it, because those sugar crystals, if they form on the side, they drop in and they ruin your caramel. You have to start again. So it's a simple little process. OK, Preeya, now I'm using coconut cream, and one of the things you will notice that this is a natural product. So when you pour it in there, you notice a little bit of greyness to it. That's perfectly normal, and it is really delicious. It's the best coconut cream you can buy, and I use it all the time. And that's what you'll notice when you put it together. Now, as I add the coconut sugar, you'll get that brown colour. But the coconut smell you get from this already, it's going to be great. So, Preeya, you're busy doing that. And while I'm looking after this, what I'm doing is bringing that coconut cream up to the boil, dissolving that sugar. At the same time, I'm going to keep an eye on this caramel so it caramelises and we get that thick syrup. So if you can take the passion fruit pulp out of the passion fruit and then start whisking these eggs, we'll put the two together and hopefully everything here will be ready to bring together, and I'll show you how easy this is.
Wonderful.
OK, Preeya, you can see the cream has come up to the boil, and I'll just stir it down a little bit. I don't want it too hot. And you've whisked the passion fruit and the eggs together. So I'm going to pour this in, and as I pour it in, I want you to whisk it around.
Oh, OK.
There we go. So whisk that around.
Yes.
And we'll just pour it in a little bit at a time, so we don't want to curdle the eggs or cook them too quickly. We want them to incorporate together beautifully. Now, I'm going to pour the caramel into the bottom of the ramekins, and I'll just go around and pour just enough to cover the bottom. And it looks quite dark, but it is beautiful and sweet. Pour that in the bottom there like that. You can see I've got enough just to cover the bottom. And if it doesn't quite cover the bottom, you can just lift it around and turn it like that, and you get it to cover easily. That's it. Now, Preeya, I'm going to show you a little tip on how to pour it into the moulds. What I'll do is I'll grab that jug off you, grab your favourite spoon, and just pour the mixture onto the spoon. That way it just floods the bottom of the mould without stirring up all of that caramel.
Beautiful.
So that's easy. It's a simple way.
Very delicate for you, Richo. Don't expect that with your big paws.
Oh, you don't want to underestimate me.
No,
I've got
don't underestimate the Richo
lots
paws.
of tricks up my sleeve. So we just grab these, pop them into the tray like that. We'll pour some water at least halfway up the moulds there, and then we'll pop them in the oven at 150 degrees Celsius. They'll take about 25 minutes to 30 minutes to cook. You'll know they're cooked because they'll be nice and sort of firm instead of being runny. And then we take them out, let them chill down, and then I'll show you how to finish it off. OK, Preeya, I've let them cool down and they are ready to tuck into. Now, here's a little tip. Normally, you would just flip it upside down, but if you haven't made this, grab a very small paring knife and just run it very carefully around the outside of it, and that helps to loosen it off. Once you've been doing it for many years, you just flip it straight out, but this is a good way to make sure that it comes straight out. And another little tip is you can pop it on a plate like that, upside down, and then tip it like that, and then hopefully...
I'll cross my fingers.
OK, there we go. Oh, look at that.
beautiful. Oh, look at that caramel come out. Amazing.
We've got the caramel on the top and the little seeds there. You like that as
Beautiful,
well?
I do.
Now, I'm just going to pop this little mint leaf on the side there. We're not finished yet.
No,
'cause
that was for your passion fruit.
It's all about passion fruit, isn't it? Oh, that's right. Just drizzle some of this over the top because we've got passion fruit all over the place because it is a passion fruit episode.
It is.
I like
It is.
that.
I feel like you may have won slightly here because you have put it the whole way through and on top. You've nailed it. This is usually what I would think is a really complex dessert, but Richo's made it look easy. There you go.
Yeah, it's not about winning, it's all about enjoying.
It's the journey, isn't it, Richo?
It's the journey, enjoying great food and sharing recipes with people you care about. You like that?
He's just told you he cares about me. That is beautiful. I love the coconut cream. That's a bit of a twist on it. Love the freshness of the passion fruit as well. That goes together beautifully.
It's cream caramel, but not as we know it.